Salam Alaikum, dear Muslim friends, and hello everyone. Welcome to this week's episodes of Risala 101, where I talk about anything and everything related to Islam and the Holy Qur'an. This channel is for everyone without any limitation. The first topic is about Bismillah, in the name of Allah. If you like this video, and please share with anyone interested in. Bismillahi Rahmaani Raheem, in the name of Allah, the Merciful, the Compassionate. And from Him do we seek help. All praise be to Allah, the Sustainer of all the worlds. And blessings and peace be upon our Prophet Muhammad and on all his family and companions. Bismillah, in the name of Allah, is the start of all things good. We too shall start with it. In this week's episode, I want to go over some insights of a powerful word, Bismillah, a key phrase in Islam. Bismillah is a word you will come across repeatedly as a Muslim. We learn from our parents or in the masjeed. You may have already noticed that almost every surah in the Holy Qur'an begins with Bismillahi Rahmaani Raheem, which in basic translation means, in the name of Allah, the Most Merciful, the Most Compassionate. As demonstrated by our Prophet Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, it is a beneficial habit to say Bismillah, in the name of Allah, at the beginning of any task you carry out good. And by doing so, you are invoking Allah's name and thereby asking Him to bless your actions. It is a very easy and simple way to add blessings and reward to any simple chores throughout the day. And doing so, you are also asking for Allah's assistance, requesting His unrivaled help and protection. Throughout the Islamic history, many scholars mentioned in their books and start with Bismillahi Rahmaani Raheem. There is lots of reasons why I should cover this password, this powerful blessed keyword with you. I could cover it in more than one videos, but I try to narrow it down, the concept, into this video. Let's think about 5 points to evaluate from the Quranic commentaries. The first point is, why is it so blessed and important? The second one is, what is the meaning of Bismillah? The third point is, what do you gain when you say Bismillah in your actions? And fourth point is, how does creation say Bismillah? And finally, the fifth point, I have a shocking questions and its answer. So to be able to evaluate these 5 points, let's visit the beginning of a chapter in the Quranic commentary called The Words by Bediüzzaman Said Nursi. He is a 20th century Islamic scholar and known as his Quran Tafsir commentary, Risala Nur collection. I want to share some key points from there. So let's start with the first one. Why is it so blessed and important? He says in the first chapter, just as this blessed phrase is a mark of Islam, so too it is constantly recited by all beings through their tongues of disposition. What is this tongues of disposition? How should we understand it? He gives several stories in the form of comparison for a clear understanding. One example is about 2 travelers. If we think like someone who wants to make a journey through the deserts of Arabia in the ancient time, has to travel in the name of a tribal chief and enter under his protection. For in this way, he may be saved from the assaults of bandits and secure his needs. On his own, he will perish in the face of innumerable enemies and needs. And so, 2 men went on such a journey and entered the desert. One of them was modest and humble, the other was proud and arrogant man. The humble man assumed the name of a tribal chief. He took the name of the tribal chief. The humble man traveled safely wherever he went in the desert. If he encountered bandits, he said, "I am traveling in the name of such and such tribal leader," and they did not molest him. If he came to some tents, he was treated respectfully due to the name, while the second arrogant man, the proud man, did not take the name of the tribal chief. He suffered indescribable calamities throughout his journey. He both trembled before everything and begged from everything. And he was abased and became an object of scorn. O my proud soil, you are the traveler. The human being is a traveler in this world, and this world is a desert. Your impotence and poverty have no limits, and your enemies and needs are endless. As you see now, even for a single virus which we cannot see, the whole world feel its poverty and then impotence. You cannot do anything about it. Since it is thus, take the name of the pre-eternal ruler and post-eternal Lord of the desert, and be saved from begging before the whole universe and trembling before every event. Yes, my dear friends, this phrase is a treasury, as you see. Bismillah is a treasury so blessed that your infinite impotence and poverty connects you to an infinite power and mercy. It makes your impotence and poverty a most acceptable intercessor at the court of the one all-powerful and compassionate Creator. The person who acts saying in the name of Allah resembles someone who enrolls in the army. He acts in the name of the government. He has fear of no one. He speaks, performs every matter, and withstands everything in the name of law and the name of the government. So another important point is, what is the meaning of Bismillah? The basic translation of Bismillah is in the name of Allah. So you can look at it from the shallow view or deep view. The shallow view, if you look at only the basic translation or from the linguistic perspective, it might be an easy way. If you know only one time, like from the grammar perspective, you may be okay. But if you look from the deep view, where you need to focus on more like take-home messages and with comparisons to understand and implement in our daily life. So the name of Allah also contains all the other names of the Allah. It's the greatest name of our Creator. So another point is, what do you gain when you say Bismillah? When you start your good actions with saying Bismillah, you are connected to your Creator without any intercessor. It is like a computer is connecting to the main server with internet, and Bismillah is the key password of this connection. Once you are logged in, you have fear of no one. You speak, perform every matter, and withstand everything in the name of law and the name of the Lord of the universe. Your infinite impotence and poverty connects you to an infinite power and mercy. So he also mentioned that the creation says Bismillah. How does a creation say Bismillah? To make this clear explanation, at the beginning, he said, all beings, every creation say in the name of Allah through the tongue of disposition. So how do we understand this tongue of disposition? Indeed, if you were to see a single person had come and had driven all of the inhabitants of a town, the people of the town, to a place by force and compelling them to work, you will be certain that he had not acted in his own name and through his own power, but he is maybe a soldier acting in the name of the government and relying on the power of the king. In the same way, all things act in the name of Almighty Allah. For little things like seeds and grains carry huge trees on their shoulder. They raise loads like mountains. That means all trees says, Bismillah, fill their hands from the treasury of mercy and offering their fruits to us. All gardens say in the name of Allah. They became like tables from the kitchen of divine power, in which they are cooked numerous varieties of different foods. The roots, soft as like a silk, of plants, trees, and grasses say in the name of Allah. They crack the rocks and pass through them and going there. Since all things says in the name of Allah, serving Allah's bounties in Allah's name, giving them to us, we should also say in the name of Allah. We should give in the name of Allah and take in the name of Allah. And we should not take from heedless people who neglect to give in Allah's name. The final point, the shocking question. When we go to the supermarket, the vegetable grocery section, you see a lot of fruits, vegetables. We give a price to the people who bring them to the supermarket or the farmers, but they are only like the tray bearers. They are a distributor. They are not the creator of all these things. So what price does Allah, the creator of everything, want, who is the true owner? So this is a really shocking question. The answer is yes, the prize the true bestower of bounties wants in return for those valuable bounties and goods is three things. One is remembrance, Bismillah. Another is thanks, Alhamdulillah. And the other is reflection, thinking about. So saying in the name of Allah at the start is the remembrance. And all praise be to Allah at the end is thanks. And perceiving and thinking of those bounties which are priceless wonders of art, being miracles of power of the unique and eternally besought one, and gifts of his mercy is reflection. O my soul, however foolish it is to appreciate the poor man who conveys to you the precious gift of a king and not to recognize the gift's owner, it is 1,000 times more foolish to praise and love the apparent sources of bounties and forgetting the true bestower of bounties. O my soul, if you do not want to be foolish in that way, give in Allah's name, take in Allah's name, begin in Allah's name,